Yo, what up? Let me just check everything, guys. Just hopping on here. Yeah, volume should be good. Everything should be good. What's going on? Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Thankful for all, almost 1,500 of you guys. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. How many we got? One, two, three, four, five, six. Six official picks this week. Pretty good. I thought it was going to be a lot less, but I found six. And one, two, three, maybe four like honorable mentions. I know I did that a couple weeks, and we went like pretty good with the official picks and smoked like the ones that I liked but didn't quite go forward with. So yeah, here we go. Which one do we want to start with? I kind of wrote them down slightly out of order, so I don't have them chronologically, but I think, oh my gosh, that one too. Another honorable mention. Let me write that down too. We'll get to those at the end. Let's just get through this. Hey, before I say anything, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Drop a like on the video. The only two things I ask, keep giving you guys these winners for free. Check out the winning percentage through 12 weeks of college football. Pretty good. We're going to go to Oregon State. I'm taking the points. I was on Oregon State last week. They should have beat Washington. They were the better team. They screwed up the snap. They got the safety. They lost some momentum. They should have beat Washington. It was ugly weather. It kind of ruined DJ Ukulele's passing, right? Washington or Oregon, you can score on them. Oregon will get their points. They'll get a couple stops, but so will Oregon State. They don't have to win. I'm not necessarily calling for an upset here. 13.5 is disrespectful. And Oregon, they're in the driver's seat. I don't necessarily think that they need to win with style points here. If they beat Oregon State and then they beat Washington in the conference championship game, they're in my opinion. So I don't think they're going to be looking to pour it on here. Even if it is a 20-point margin, one touchdown at the end of the game gets it back within a number. It could easily be a backdoor cover. 13.5 is crazy. Oregon State's a really good team. If this game was in Corvallis, I would take them for the outright upset. But I'm taking Oregon State plus 13.5. That's official play number one. Oregon State plus 13.5. Almost two full touchdowns. That's that is, I don't care what the circumstances. That is way too good of a team to almost get two full touchdowns. I don't care. They're healthy. I'm done. I'm done going over this game. Out of control. Give me the points. Number two, a huge game. The biggest game. The game everyone's interested in. Ohio State, Michigan. I was almost just going to stay away. Just watch it. Just enjoy it. Be entertained. Have some fun. I can't pass up 3.5. I can't do it. I'm taking Ohio State. I'm taking Ohio State in the points. OSU plus 3.5. I see it kind of bouncing around between 3.5. So shop around, get the right line, get the best odds on the 3.5. But man, the total's low. I think the game's gonna go under. And 3.5 is crazy. I think Ohio State wins this game. I think they're better. I think they have better skill position players. I think they're a little bit deeper. I think that the quarterback for Michigan, doesn't he have kind of an injury? He's kind of limping, right? Maybe he doesn't quite scramble as good. I don't think Michigan is going to run the ball quite as good this game. You would think home field advantage is huge here. The coaching thing, that's not really a reason why I'm on Ohio State here. I just like them. I think they're better. They're going to run the ball. They're going to be balanced. They're going to pass. They're going to run. They're going to get a couple of stops. Give me Ohio State to win the game, but we're going to take the 3.5 for pick number 2. And by the way, I lied. I have 7 picks, not 6. I miscounted. They're right here below me. We're going to stick on the same game, and we're going to take the under. Now, let me make sure I'm totally up to speed with the right lines, because this has been changing. I want to give you guys exactly how I see it when the videos come out. Sometimes my videos come out earlier in the week, and you guys get much different lines if you're just swinging by the channel here at the end of the week. But let me look and see what it is right now, just so I can stay totally transparent. Ohio State, Michigan, where are we at? It's 45.5. 45.5. And we're going under. I know last year was crazy, and there's some potential here to go over, but I think there's a lot of running the ball. I think some big defensive stops. There might be some situations where a team goes all the way down the field. They're well within the red zone, but it's 4th and 1. Biggest game of the year. They go for it and they come up short. So a big long, 8-9 minute drive just to get no points. That would really hurt in terms of trying to get over the total. So we're going to go under the small number of 45.5 for the same game, Ohio State and Michigan. So 2 picks in the big game. 2 of them. Let me get that out of the way. Stay organized here. We're going down to Florida, Central Florida. Minus 13.5 over Houston. Houston's trash. Their defense is horrible. We're absolutely laying 13.5 with UCF. They need one more win to be bowl eligible, so we're going to get a great effort out of them. They're coming off a tough loss at Texas Tech. Now they're back home where they killed Oklahoma State. Killed them by 1 million. 13.5? Houston? Give me UCF laying 13.5 for pick number 4. Pick number 5, we're going to stay in the state of Florida. We're going to go to Florida State. I know Jordan Travis snapped his leg, twisted his leg. Prayers for Jordan Travis. But my God, the guy coming in, he's not half bad. He has experience. He's solid. He's good. They still have the remaining cast around him. They have everybody. Like, okay, yeah, it'd be nice to have Jordan Travis here. I'm curious what the spread would have been and if he was playing. But Florida doesn't have their starting quarterback either. Florida State, substantially better team. This is a team sport. It's not basketball where one good point guard can go off and save the whole day. Give me Florida State. The spread's 6.5. I'm taking it for a team that absolutely needs it. They're starting to slide away from the College Football Playoff Committee. They're starting to kind of lose the national attention and attractiveness to be in this playoff. I think they're going to be pissed. I think they know undefeated might not be enough here, and they need style points. 6.5. I like Florida State to win this by double digits. I hope it's not a trap, but I'll tell you what. Florida's not in good shape either. They really emptied their energy and their gas tank over those last couple of games. Really close games against, Missouri and LSU. So how much do they really have here? Maybe they're just looking to kind of get this season wrapped up. It was a bad season for the Gators. Florida State has everything to play for. I'm laying 6.5 with Florida State for pick number 5. Going to go to my school. I hate to do it. I hope I'm not jinxing them. But the numbers are the numbers, and it shouldn't be this close. West Virginia, a single-digit spread here. I know it's an away game. Maybe Blake Shapen plays for Baylor, but these teams aren't close. West Virginia is going to run the ball all day long. Give me the Mountaineers. The spread is up to 9.5. It's been moving. I think it was 7.5, 8.5. Now it's 9.5. That just kind of not reinforcement. It reinforces our pick here. So it is a little bit of a public play. The Mountaineers are kind of known for winning games they shouldn't win, blowing games they should win, but they've had a pretty good season. Neil Brown was on the hot seat. This is a chance to go 8-4. Pretty good team, great running back, good offensive line. Garrett Green, the quarterback, playing much better. Just by sheer offense against that Baylor defense, they should cover the number. West Virginia minus 9.5 at Baylor is play number 6. And our final play is going to be a couple of farmers going against each other. Iowa State versus Kansas State, maybe a low-scoring game. The line has come down. Okay, it's gone from, I think, 11.5 down to 9.5. That's a pretty impressive move, down through those key numbers into the single digits. But I have to take the value here. I have to take it. I think it's moved too far. I don't think it should have come into the single digits. Kansas State has been a juggernaut at home. They still have the Big 12 to play for. Iowa State's offense, it just dries up at times. It just dries up. The Kansas State defense is good. I know the Kansas State game wasn't pretty, but that's a huge rivalry. They weren't sure who was going to play quarterback for Kansas, so maybe it was hard to prepare for Ballard. Here, I like Kansas State. I like their coach better. I like them at home better. Give me Kansas State to cover a single-digit spread of 9.5. That's play number 7. That's the final official play. I don't mess around here, guys. That was pretty quick. Come on here, give you the picks. I hope you appreciate it. I do most of the analysis myself to come up with these picks, so I don't want to sit here and take 45 minutes of your life to go over why I chose these. But, it's up to you guys ultimately if you want to take these or not. But 7 picks for week 13. Feel good about it. I think worst case scenario, absolute worst case scenario, this is a 5-2. I think this is a 5-2 worst case. We'll shoot for 6-1. I'd like to have another perfect week in college football, but usually it's just unrealistic to expect that. So we'll see what happens with these 7 picks. Now, let me give you the honorable mentions. What picks did I like, but I just couldn't do it. It just felt wrong. You just can't do it. Arkansas plus 8.5 over Missouri. I think this could be the upset of the week. There is crazy stuff that happens. This is college football. This is a crazy, unpredictable industry. Some big team, favored by a lot of points, is going to lose. It happens every single week. Is it going to be Bama, at Auburn? Probably not. I like Arkansas here. They've looked so bad at times. They've looked okay at times. They looked pretty good in the beginning of the season. They lost nail-biters to Bama, to Ole Miss, to LSU. They have it in them. 8.5 points? I would definitely take 8.5 points with Arkansas for this last game here, despite how good Missouri was. So I would lean Arkansas on the points. I would lean Utah at home. Colorado has quit. They've absolutely quit. They're off a loss. They're going to be fired up. They don't want this Deion Sanders. I'm not even going to elaborate here. Utah should kick butt at home. Let's just say that. Their defense should step up here. Utah's offense, that hasn't looked great, should score on Colorado's defense. I mean, come on. I don't know. The spread's 21.5, and that's the only reason I stayed off it. If it was 14 or 17, I definitely would lay the points with Utah. But I would lean Utah here despite the big number. I think it's going to scare people away. I think a lot of people are taking Colorado at this number. I don't think it's enough points. I think Utah covers and they win by like 30. Colorado has just simply quit. So I would lean Utah. And the last one, the one I really wanted to take, but based on a couple of injury reports, I just can't quite do it. I really want to do it, but I can't quite do it. Texas A&M getting 11.5 against LSU. LSU has no defense. I know it's kind of a game to finish out the effort to get the Heisman for Daniels there, but 11.5 against a good A&M defense. I mean, if anyone can get a couple of stops on LSU, it's going to be A&M's defense. So I would definitely lean taking the points with Texas A&M. I think it probably stays within a touchdown. So A&M plus the 11.5 was also tempting. But we're going to stick with our 7. And I got another video coming out with the NFL official picks. I do have a Thanksgiving Day video already out on the channel. If you haven't seen it, if you didn't get the notification because you're not subscribed, change that and go click on that video. I have 3 picks for today, for Thanksgiving. So check that out. It involves each game on today's slate, and I'm working on the official plays. So I'm going to skip Friday's game, which I believe is Jets-Dolphins, and we'll skip right to Sunday. And if you're new here, 4-1 this previous week, 3-1 the week before that on NFL official picks. That's 7-2 over the last couple of weeks. Really, really accurate and dialed in right now with NFL. So, hey, maybe that's a reason to join the channel. But ultimately, that's up to you guys. Have a good holiday.